Hey guys, so I'm really sorry. I pressed the wrong button and I lost the live for today, the 17th of May 2021. I'm really sorry. Moon Mama Musings will be back on the 20th of May for the transit to Virgo. I'm very sorry that I accidentally didn't save it. So yeah, I'm not going to go over the cards again, but I thought it was really important that we talk about the astrology. So I'm doing a quick little astrology update for this moon transit through Leo. Okay, before I get started, I want to bring to mind to you an analogy that I made in my live. I even sang Hakuna Matata and various other things. But sorry, it went away. My back is really sore today. I went diving yesterday for the first time in a while. It's not very comfortable. Sorry. Okay, so I want to bring to mind the scene in The Lion King. So, Simba is like, he's got this destiny, some bad shit happens to him. He runs away. He avoids it, yeah? Goes off and hangs out with Timon and Pumbaa in the jungle. Has a grand old time, eats a whole bunch of bugs. And then they're singing Hakuna Matata, la 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 la, what a wonderful phrase, isn't that great? There's a part in that video, in that scene of Hakuna Matata where they're walking across a log. And as they walk across like that, you watch Simba grow up in this snippet. And then when he gets to the other side, he meets Nala, fantastic, changes perspective. Oh my god, I'm supposed to go and be I have to go to my destiny. I've got to go now. And then he goes and obviously has a giant fight with Scar and blah, 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 blah. He gets to his goal, yeah? He does. But he's got a hard road between figuring it out and actually realizing it, yeah? But this is like, this moon transit through Leo. Funny enough, again, I talked about this in the live, which I lost. Funny that I had this image of the Lion King come up in a moon in Leo. Lions. This is that snippet in that scene where they're walking across the log. It's like you're not healing right now. You've done the healing, you've done the journey, you've gone through all of this stuff, but you're taking a quick moment to look at the highlight reel of how you grew up. Okay? So we're looking back on the things that we saw in ourselves change and how they changed in order to move forward towards our goals. Now, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be given to you. Trust me. There's still work to be done. But at least we're moving towards our goals now, right? So this moon is going to be about integration. We just had the moon in Cancer, which is an integration, yes, but it's like two separate entities. It's like the masculine and the feminine are separate. In this moon in Leo, it's integrating the masculine and the feminine energy, actually bringing them together and making them one. And in order to do that, we have to look at our old wounds. We have to look at our past so that we can see how we can actually truly move towards our goals. And this is where the astrology comes into play. I'm going to tell you now, based on the astrology aspects, why I say this about this moon in Leo. Leo is a fiery energy, yes. Okay. Leo is super, super fire. Yeah. Super fire. Hold on a second. Sorry, I just realized. I want to read something to you guys. There's a butterfly in here. Oh my god. Okay, so in order to understand these astrology transits that we're going through in the next few days, I want to first point out that we have a fire moon and an earth sun. The sun is still in Taurus, holding steadfast energy, feminine energy. The moon is in Leo. Leo is a masculine energy, yeah? So we're looking at, like I said before, the last moon transit in Cancer, we were looking at both sides, but as separate entities. But this is where the moon being in a fire sign like Leo is the integration of the two. This is why I say this, because yes, the sun is, just don't even think about the sun. Think about the actual moon. The moon is feminine energy, yeah? It's intuition, it's feelings, it's emotions, all of that. But it is in the fire sign that represents the masculine energy at its pinnacle. Leo is the sun. It's the masculine energy. It's fire. So within our moon, within our emotional body, we are experiencing the natural feminine aspects of it, but it's in the masculine fire sign. So that one entity, this one particular celestial body is experiencing both the masculine and feminine energies in this moon cycle. And it's going to be about integrating. So there's someone that we need to talk about before we get into this. And this is Chiron. Chiron is probably it's considered a planetoid, but it's still an asteroid. And it's probably one of the most important one that affects our human energy fields. So Chiron is the healer. The symbols are keys, herbs, shooting stars, and rainbows. In astrology, abandoned by his parents and left to die, the immortal centaur Chiron was taken in by the twins Apollo and Artemis. He became a healer and had a gift for bestowing just the right knowledge on just the right person. He was a guide to many important figures, most famously Jason of the Argonauts. In a stroke of fate, Chiron was accidentally wounded by Hercules, who was unable to die. In a stroke of fate, Chiron was accidentally wounded by Hercules, but unable to die, he was forced to tend to his wound over and over and over again. Chiron is now technically a planetoid in astronomy. He remains an important asteroid figure in the astrology, where he is key between the inner and outer planets. He lives in the space between the conscious and the unconscious mind, bridging the gap between us as individuals and us as part of the masses. Where Chiron is located in your natal chart is where you will need to tend to an ongoing wound. The house is where you feel particularly inadequate, and the sign represents how the inadequacy manifests. While it can never be fully healed, you can use the lessons you learn along the way to improve other areas of your life. The aspects between Chiron and the outer planets in our natal chart point to where we can help our community. Just like this great centaur took the gift of knowledge he was given and passed it on to others, you too can make a difference if you try. This is really interesting because we are in the final moon phase before our sun changes sign into the sign of Gemini. Gemini is the third sign of the astrology calendar. We start off the calendar with Aries, then we move to Taurus, and then Gemini. The third house is the house of communication, of community, of collaboration, of working together, of bringing things in unison, of talk, of intellect, of go, of all of these beautiful things. Gemini is a very tenacious sign. It's witty, it's quick, it's smart, it wants to go, it's beautiful. So we're moving out of the stuck in the mud energy of Taurus into the sign of Gemini, which is really great. And the astrology for the next few days, because this is the last moon transit before the sun changes sign. It's really, really interesting. We're going through, as it mentioned in the book, we're going through a corridor. We're in the space between. We're in the bardo. We're in the, place between worlds. It's purgatory. It's like this filtering process. In the live, I equated it to, it's like going to the emergency room and you need to be screened by the triage nurse before they figure out where exactly to put you. So you're walking through a corridor in your death and rebirth phase between the two doors. One door is closed and you're going towards the one that's going to open, but you need to go through a screening process first. And that's what this moon transit is going to be about. It's going to be about integrating the masculine and feminine, but for these reasons. So first of all, today, we have the sun making a trine with Pluto. Now, whenever a planet or a celestial body changes signs, it has a meeting with Pluto. Pluto is HR. Pluto is doing its performance review. It's figuring it out, going, hey, what did you do in your transit through the sign? This is really beautiful because a trine is a nice, lucky, expansive, beautiful, supportive energy. So Pluto sits at one side of the table and goes, are you ready, the sun? Are you ready? Pluto knows this it has this idea about the sun where it's kind of like, oh boy, keep in mind the sun, it's our ego. It's the way we present ourselves to the world. It's the way the face that we put exterior, right? And Pluto has this idea of, God, the sun is always so fucking stuck in its ego. It's like so structured and hierophant energy where it's like all like sticks to what it knows. It's the ego is, here we go again. Let's see what the sun has to tell me about its fucking transit through Pluto to Taurus. Like before the sun even walks in the room, Pluto is going, oh God, this will be good. Wait, okay. So the sun sits down. The sun's like, yo, what up, bro? Yeah, what up? And Pluto's like, all right, tell me what you've learned. And the sun's like, man, Taurus energy is really crazy, dude. Like, holy fuck. It's like, oh my God, but I learned so much stuff. And they're like, oh yeah, okay, cool. Did you like learn a new beer pong move? And the sun's like, no, man, all this stuff that I was like super afraid of before. Like, you know the moon? And Pluto's like, yeah. It's like, yeah, the moon, man. I used to be so afraid of the moon. The moon is like my opposite. Like, it's always on the other side. And like, I never get to see it, right? We never spend time together. I don't like know what the moon is all about. And I always thought it was that way for a reason. I thought it was real bad. But like, hey, guess what? Like, I met the moon. The moon's really cool. And Pluto's like, okay, go on. I'm like, yeah, man, these emotions, it used to be really scary and terrifying, and I thought I was weak, and I thought it was bad, and like, it's not so bad after all. Like, it's actually kind of cool. And Pluto's like, oh, interesting. All right. And the sun is like, yeah, I learned this and that, and it was really great, and blah, 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 blah. And like, I actually am not really afraid of those emotions now. I kind of like the moon. Like, actually, I really like the moon. I'm kind of in love with the moon. Like, I really, really like the moon. She's really fucking cool. And Pluto's like, wow, great. Awesome. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Good. So this sort of sun trining Pluto is kind of like the positive performance review, where Pluto is like, wow, sun, way to go. Like, this is really great. You're on the right track. So we're all on the right track, okay? We're moving towards the right things. We're doing the right stuff. We're clicking the right boxes. It's working in our favor, okay? It's good. It's very good. Stay the course. Stay where you are. Keep on moving. Do what you want. I did post, as I lost the video, I did post the cards that I pulled. And please go back and read the Starseed card, A New Earth. It's really beautiful. It kind of confirms all this stuff. Okay, now tomorrow, 1805. We've got some really interesting energy with Venus. So Venus, if you know, we talked about Venus. Venus is a great friend of ours. She is abundance. She is infinity. She is the feminine energy that helps birth the ideas of flow and continual energy, movement, abundance, all those beautiful things. Venusian energy, go and look it up. It's beauty, it's love, it's relationships, it's money, it's creativity, it's all that kind of lovely stuff. Venus is the planet that brings it into life, brings it the idea is the womb that makes the idea an actual real 3D world touchable thing, okay? So Venus is going to be priming two energies for the sun's transit into Gemini, which is going to be very important, okay? So Venus is going to do two things. Venus basically is going to call two energies together, sit them down, have a talk to each of them, and then let them prime the two of them so that they can meet each other properly and have a discussion together. Venus is a bit of a therapist right now. She's a bit of a Freud. She is sitting Chiron and the North Node down to have a talk. So I read the Arcana of Astrology about Chiron. You should have a little idea, if you didn't already, about what he's all about. But Chiron is referred to as the wounded healer. Chiron is the one that deals with our inadequacies and how we feel, the wounds that we cannot control. The thing is right now, Chiron used to think, just like the sun, the moon was a bad thing, that emotions were bad. That our Achilles heel is our emotions. It's been for a while, our emotions, our emotional body, not seeing it as vulnerability, but actually seeing it as armor. Okay? So the sun is first going to square Chiron. So it sits Chiron down. Sorry, not the sun, Venus. Venus is going to square Chiron. So it sits Chiron down and says, okay, we've got this idea about what we want to move forward, of how we want to incubate these ideas in order to birth this new idea of what's in our real world, our abundance, our figure 8 of flow. Okay, Chiron, wounded healer. We need to talk a little bit about our past here. We need to get real about the things that we feel hurt about, okay? So Venus is going to get real with Chiron about our wounds, about the things that keep on coming back to bite us, and about these cycles, these old karmic cycles, about how we feel inadequate, okay? Where we've not felt strong in the past. So, has a talk with Chiron, this is what it is. I'm making you my arguments from a new place. Remember, Venus is in the sign of Gemini right now, if I'm not mistaken. Let me confirm that, but I'm like 99.5% sure that Venus is now in the sign of Chiron, of Gemini. Where is she? No, that's too far back. She moved recently, didn't she? Where are you, Venus? Anyway, I'm pretty certain that Venus is in the sign of Gemini. We talked about this recently. I can't believe I can't find it. Where is it? Mercury is in Gemini, so Venus must have followed her. Pretty sure. Yeah, Venus is in Gemini. When Venus is in Gemini, she sees things in a different way. She takes a new perspective, a new angle about the things that we consider Venusian energy, beauty, abundance, love, creativity, all of that stuff, relationships. So Venus is at home in the sign of Gemini, and this is where she changes things up in the real world. So she is coming at the wounded healer from a different stance than she was before. She's trying to get creative with these old wounds. Okay, what else is she doing? She's going to come in conjunction with the North Node. The North Node is the star, is the light at the end of the tunnel. It's the thing that we move towards. It's our goals, it's our dreams, it's our destiny, okay? So when Venus is in conjunct with the North Node, she says, again, Venus in Gemini goes, all right, how do we look at these things differently? We've tried this way. We know what it is that we want to move towards. We know what our North Node is. We know what our goal is. We know what our star is. But we've been going at it a certain way. How do we look at it differently now? How do we move about it in a different way? How can we change things up a little bit? North Node, what is it that we have been doing before that's old and still and stagnant? How do we change it now? Okay? Really nice. Like I said, Venus is priming these two forces for union because tomorrow, the 19th of May, 2021, the North Node is going to form a sextile with Chiron. Okay? These two energies come together. A sextile is a beautiful, harmonious, structure-creating energy. It doesn't create change, but it makes the background base for the change to happen. So North Node and Chiron coming together is basically a nice harmonious way of pulling them together. Now that they both had their talk with Venus, Venus was the mediator, she was Switzerland, she was the shrink, she shrunk them both, she figured them both out, she gave them the opportunity to express themselves with her, and now she's going, okay, now you talk. It's couples therapy. Chiron and the North Node have to have a talk now, and they need to look realistically and in a different way about how these wounds need to be changed in order to better suit the North Node, how to better move towards the thing that we want, okay? How do we integrate those wounds in a productive way so that we can more sturdily and differently and interestingly and creatively move towards our goals, okay? How do we create this abundance? How do we get this figure eight free flow of energy to come to fruition? Yeah, that's it. That's basically it. And then on the 20th, we have the moon transit to Virgo the sun, the moon transit to Virgo and the sun's transit to Gemini. So I will see you on the 20th for a video that I will make sure I do correctly and make sure that you guys get to see if you're not here on time. I'm so sorry again about losing it. Happy moon transit through Leo. Keep in mind, my friends, this is a real integration. You're doing it. You're doing great. Stay your path. Go take a look at those cards, see what you feel about them based on your knowledge. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I'm happy to answer them. But have a great day. I'm so sorry for anything you're going through or if I made you feel a certain way. Thank you so much for being a beautiful human being and lending your energy to the circuit. I love you to the ends of the earth and further into the infinity and beyond. And I accept this and I hope you do too. But if not, that's cool. Have a great day, night, evening, whatever it is. Have a happy moon transit through Leo. We'll see you on the 20th of May, 2021. Bye.